The chair recognizes the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Gohmert, for 5 minutes.
Thank you. And Mr. Chairman, you did not deserve to be called ignorant by Mr. Nadler. I think you made a very informed decision when you called this hearing, and I appreciate your doing so. And falling last or near the end, as I apparently have, get a chance to address some of the things that have been raised. First of all, my friend from New York, Mr. Nadler, said these people who did the videos were liars because they would have, if they were otherwise, videos were legitimate, they would have gone to the prosecutor to get these matters prosecuted. But I can answer that because I've advised people that came in as whistleblowers about things that this administration cared about, as they do Planned Parenthood, where they defend them at all costs, as they have even after the videos were made public. Unfortunately, if you go to a prosecutor as a whistleblower on an organization or a group that this administration protects, they prosecute you. I have seen that over and over, and that's why at times I've advised people, you get a lawyer and we go a different route. But if you go to the Justice Department, you will find it's a department of injustice, because we've seen it over and over with this administration. And as far as cutting and being selective, they did take excerpts and put them online, but they also put the long video just so that people would not be able to come in here and honestly say what has been dishonestly said, that they were only trying to show a portion. They cut straight to what they felt was important, but they put the whole thing up there. And then as far as the continued statement that the first hearing this chairman called after the August recess was to launch an attack on women's health, I see this as a hearing to protect the health of females. I see this Fox News show outnumbered. That's been my life for many years now. I have a wife for 37 years, thanks to her. And I have 3 wonderful daughters. And our first was born 8 to 10 weeks prematurely. She got down to 3 pounds before she started gaining weight again. I know what it is to hold a 3-pound child in my hand. And I didn't know whether to stay with my wife and Tyler to follow the ambulance. My wife said, go do anything you can for our child. I followed the ambulance. The doctor said she can't hear, like she can't see you. Her eyes aren't good enough, but she hears you. She knows your voice. You talk to her. You caress her. She grabbed the end of my finger. She held it. They said I could stay for 2 hours at a time. After 8 hours, after they had noted she's pulling strength and life from you, I couldn't leave. I stayed for hour after hour. But the thought that somebody could take that little 3-pound child and rip her leg off or rip her arm off and not consider that inhumane, or the thought that if we take this little child's heart or liver or organs and use it for a productive purpose for somebody else's life, then it's okay. And what really came home was a couple of nights ago, I'm in the Old Testament right now, and was reading about a woman that came complaining to the prophet, and she was in a city that was under siege, and she complained that another woman had talked her into a deal where the first time they would boil her little baby and eat the child, and then after that they would boil the second woman's child and eat that child. Well, let's face it. Come on. This hearing we've heard over and over. If it's to save lives, it's okay. I could not believe how reprehensible that was, how immoral, and that seems to be happening. But I can tell you, I want my girls to have mammograms, and whether they have money or not, I want them to have mammograms. So doesn't it make more sense to give that money for those of us who deeply care about women's health, give it to facilities that actually do the mammogram so Planned Parenthood doesn't take their cut. And when anyone says, oh, but it doesn't go to abortions, listen, I've been a judge, I've been a prosecutor, I've been a chief justice, and if somebody says, well, look, we paid all the rent and all the utilities for this facility knowing that a crime was being committed in there, you have aided and abetted, and you are as guilty as the principal for what happens in that facility. And I see my time's up, and I thank you, Mr. Chairman.